my first assistive technology is for Jessica, and I adapted a crayon and a paintbrush to help her with her holding her fine motor skills, holding the either the utensil, a crayon, and how it works. And a lot of these paints too, if you take them and just kind of pop them out, and then you can put them in water, which makes it a lot easier than dipping and trying to hit those really small spots. So that's what I did with that. So I gave her a bigger area to dip the paintbrush. And I just taped 2 popsicle sticks onto this to give her more area to grasp. And so then there's a bigger portion for her to grip. And then paint with the larger. And it's just tape and 2 popsicle sticks. Then I did the same principle on the crayon. And something else with using the sticks is it makes it flat so it doesn't roll, which makes that a lot easier to pick up. And then it works just as a crayon. You have more space regardless of how you hold it. So that is the 2 that I created for Jessica. And then we're going to move on to Nevin. For Nevin, I did a squishy book. So I did different words for him to start working on, and I velcroed them to the outside of the bags. And this is just standard gallon size Ziploc baggies, and then they're taped shut with like water and glitter. And then I used letters that I found from the dollar store and put in, so you can maneuver them, work them around, and then you can kind of change it out if you want to. And his name is in this one, so he kind of can work through them and match the letters to the letters, or he can start sounding the letters out, and then he could start learning the correct order of how to spell his name. And then on this page, this is kind of got like confetti and glitter, and these I kind of stuck down so then the glitter and confetti moves around the letters that are inside of it. And these are also velcroed, so you can change, if you want to work on one word at a time, you can work on one word at a time, or you could start with all 3, and then you can kind of match the letters to the words and kind of go over them, and then find the corresponding letter in the bag, and you work the glitter and the confetti around the letters. And then this page is also, it's the water filled with glitter, and then there's rhyming words. I tried to make them with rhyming words so that way I could use similar letters, and then like if they're popcorn words, you would relate it to their popcorn words or whatever words they're working on. But it can start to identify the different letters and how they work in the word structure. So that's that one. And then this is another glitter type one, and I left the letters loose in this one, so then you can kind of work them around in the glitter. And using the glitter works pretty well because it kind of keeps them from sticking together as much. So then there's words and letters for him to correlate down here. And then here is the last one that I did. And these I kind of were the letters that I had left. So they don't correspond, but they're kind of fun words to start learning. And then the third one I did is for Cindy, and it's to adapt a spoon for her hand. Basically what I did is I found a ball that is like a styrofoam ball, and it was cute. It has a little smiley face on it. And then basically you just make a little slit in there, and you take the spoon and just push it in. And I like this because this is removable and you can wash it so it stays clean. You can use it with this size spoon, or there's a smaller size spoon, and you just kind of push it in there, and then it creates creates a nice handle to use. And then once you have, if there's still an issue with dropping, you can take like an elastic and just kind of put it around that and then slide it. And then there's also that. So then if she, you know, if there's an issue with them dropping the spoon, it's not always on the floor, or then you can just readjust it and get her back in that position. And that creates a nice large area for her to grasp rather than the narrow spoon. Okay. And then for Cameron, I created a book. He has issues with turning pages. So what I did is I took a book and I cut it apart from the binding. I laminated it and then reattached it with zip ties. I made the binding really large so it's easier to turn. And the lamination makes it a thicker page. So it's very easy to turn the book with the large binding and then the thicker laminate. I couldn't find a book that had trucks, so I used a book that had at least a school bus because it says he likes trucks, but I figured a school bus would work. And it's a nice story, and I think it's loose enough and easy enough that if someone has trouble turning it, they will still be able to access the book and turn the pages. So it's fairly easy. If you can't grasp there or you can't push, there's room here. They're not just straight flat pages where you can't easily turn it. Those are my 4 assistive technologies.